Hi doing guys and welcome to my spoiler-free recap and thoughts on Obi-Wan Kenobi series part 4. So coming off of the best episode in part 3 of this series, this one left a lot to be desired of. Felt like a mixed bag to it. I thought it was very simple plotted, like a simple mission. Feels similar to what happened in episode 2, but it's a different setting. Obi-Wan goes on a mission yet again to save the young highness in this episode, but it's a different setting. This time goes on to enemy territory in Empire's fortress, and felt watching it similar to what happened in Star Wars A New Hope when Luke, Han, Chewie, and Obi-Wan goes on the Death Star to save Princess Leia. Felt similar to that without the heated, intense, and high vocal excitement and engagement in this episode. So it feels like a by the book episode and it's very short as well. I thought wanted to be more, but this episode is still good enough to be very entertaining. The action sequence is very good. Probably the best scene in this episode when Obi-Wan ignited a lightsaber in this chamber, like when the scene gets dark, igniting a lightsaber, and the color illumination in that sequence was very terrific. I thought the cinematography in this episode was very forthright and very terrific. Like igniting a lightsaber, the Obi-Wan's blue lightsaber, to the enemies firing the blaster, the red blaster shooting. I thought the color coordination between the two colors, I thought was very illuminating. The water in this episode, green, whites, I thought very clear combination mixture. So I like color cinematography that is shown in this episode, and it feels forgivable overall in terms of how maybe it's not as good as the previous couple of episodes, and particularly episode 3 of the series, but this one is still entertaining and fun episode of the series. And I like Obi-Wan's character development grows in this series. Start off with a parallel recollecting moment with his nemesis when he was recovering in a water tank, similar to the tank Boba Fett was in during the Book of Boba Fett, sharing the duel and the pain both endure, get a memory of his just concluded trauma in battling his nemesis in part 3 of the series. Expressions and body language setting how haunted his character feels, and getting the rust off and recovering his Jedi skills was very shown in this episode. Like Obi-Wan, he started getting back. Like first couple of episodes, his careness was very low. He's probably at the low point of his Jedi career, and now he's getting his skills back and his force sensitivity back. And I like his careness grows in this series and compared to the first couple episodes. His increasing bond with young highness is delivering the compelling and genuine and heartfelt emotional heft in the series. And Ewan McGregor has been stellar in this series. Very like noticeably great. He really ignites the series in the show. He really does, and it's very great to watch because like his character is trying to bridge to the character him in the original trilogies from the prequel trilogies. Ewan McGregor has been very terrific in this series, and the young highness, played by Vivian Lyra Blair, continues to shine, delighting to watch. She shows her resistance from being coerced. Also presented a fear factor when she was about to get tortured by force, and she's showing her importance in the series, and it's very interesting to watch. Indira Varma, who plays Tara, is she a trustworthy character? She appeared in part 3 of the episode. Like, is she on the good side or the bad side? Like, so far, we kind of have the sense of it, but we don't have an idea of who she is or what's her result at the end of the series is going to be. So that's a interesting part to watch as well. And Moses Ingram plays third sister. Her work, she's scary enough, but in this episode felt a little awkward when she was interrogating the young highness. She had her own bitterness and self-sufficiency in her personality, and she needed more work to be more impressive because the way she is handling it, it's not enough to be very, very impactful and be impressive. So, like, I think she needs to be more dominant and have more clarity to it. Then, when the evil Dark Lord made an appearance at the end, he gave such a just unbelievable presence to it, very impactful and noticeably great. He's the gold standard of the villain. It caused enjoyable tension to watch. There's no way around it. And we found out in this episode the Inquisitors and their truth behind collecting, I call it the gifted users in the frozen tomb. It showed a horrifying images. It was strikingly reminder of Empire's brutal deeds. It's very disturbing, that scene was, and raises a question of what exactly the Inquisition doing to hunt Jedi. How that will set up towards the finishing up the series. That is a very, very key element to watch as the series concludes with 2 episodes remaining. And this episode is still fun and entertaining action part 4 of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. There were good cinematography set up in this episode. However, with 2 episodes remaining, the show needs to start build the resolution and set up for the intriguing climax to it. And I think there's a one gigantic episode left. With 2 episodes remaining, there's gonna be one giant epic rematch of the series left in this series. So very, very, very interesting to see how this series concludes. So that's my spoiler-free recap and thoughts on Obi-Wan Kenobi series part 4. What do you think about it? Stay tuned for the next video, and thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.